Hello friends, I'm about to take you on another journey through vinyl records, mostly in the 80s, bringing that synth pop, new wave, electro, alternative, really good LPs, 12-inch singles, bringing back those memories. I'm Classic Jam. Welcome back to my channel. Thanks to all the new listeners, subscribers, the YouTube community that's been good to me for all these years. I really appreciate your loyalty and your dedication. So without further ado, I'd like to kick it off with the first one, and we're going to take it down to 1981. This is Ultravox. Name of the album, Rage in Eden. The main reason I bought this one is because of a track called The Voice, and it's really good. Two of the members on here, I think it's Billy Curry and also Mij Ur. Two really good, fantastic, very talented artists. There was also with the group called Visage in 1980 when they came out with their LP. So really good, a lot of good talent in the early 80s right here, 1981. The next one is pretty rare. I always had their 12-inch singles. It's Electro. I'm going to bring it to 1983. And the name of the artist is Cybertron, a.k.a. Juan Atkins. Legendary Detroit electro techno. This is a first pressing. And what's rare about this one is it proves that the rarity of this record is demonstration, not for sale. And on here we have Clear. And the Clear that everybody knows and that I've always listened to for so many years was actually the remix version. The Clear track that's on this record right here, only you can get it on the demonstration, not for sale, or you can call it a promo, is more of a rougher version that I've never heard before and has never been released on a 12-inch single. So only on this record right here is Enter. Really good electro, that old school robotic voice action in this one. Juan Atkins, legendary. All right, collector's item. 1985, synth pop, new wave, New Order. And what album am I talking about? Here it is, Low Life. I actually seen this on Facebook. My local record store had this in his bin, and also he had another one that was up on the shelf. The one on the shelf was called Power, Corruption, and Lies. That was $60. This right here is near a true near mint condition. Right here, it has the Obi style sash right here. I mean, it's really good shape. The songs on here is Subculture. Also have that on the 12-inch single. I also have it on Razormaid. And another one's called Love Vigilantes. Love Vigilantes was the main reason that I bought this album, besides being a really good, high collectible record. I really like that song a whole lot. Love Vigilantes was never released on a 12-inch single. So on vinyl, the only way you can get it is get it on this one right here. 85 release, first pressing of Low Life by New Order. Another song on here is, trying to see, The Last Kiss. Let me find it. The Perfect Kiss. Sometimes never know what value a record's going to be when you actually you look at it. It keeps climbing in prices, and you say to yourself, hey, sometimes I got to pull the trigger. I got to pay the little extra money to get it, because $50 for a near mint condition is a good price for this record right here. So yeah, sometimes we get tempted to buy the represses of some of these records that we can't get, but as soon as it hits the shelf, if you don't buy the original, you will regret it in the future. So finally got this one. Another collectible record, we're going to stay in 1985, and this is an artist I've been collecting recently. Talking Heads. This is Little Creatures, and this has some good tracks on here. And She Was, Stay Up Late, and one more. Let me see what's on here. Get the trusty glasses out. Road to Nowhere. 3 fantastic songs besides those 3 major hits on this record right here. Also, another thing on this record is this is one of the most artistic jackets that I have in my collection was the Talking Heads. I mean, just look at everything on here. It has all the band members on there. Got some writing. It's got the Leaning Tower of Pisa. It's got the world right there. It's got mountains. I mean, the scenery is unbelievable. And this is what the back of the record looks like. So, yeah, the rest of the music on there is really good. I was very impressed with the sound quality of this vinyl. The pressing is so good. So there we go, Talking Heads. Little Creatures, highly recommended. In the record store, I went to, they have another bin. I like the way the record stores, what they do, they change things around. Like, for example, this particular record store had a New Arrivals on the side. And I haven't been there in a while. It was something new to me. So I went over there and I said, well, you know, let me go through the New Arrivals. You're going to see the same suspects as you always do. You know, not too good. But, man, let me tell you what. The first record that I pulled out of the New Arrival bin, and I have it on album, but I did not have this limited edition. We're going to go back to 1983, Electro, Planet Patrol. This is the limited edition colored vinyl. Let me show it to you. There it is on purple marble of Planet Patrol. They have Play at Your Own Risk, which is a major hit, more robotic and more sounding like planet rock. And it's got some really good melodic R&B vibe to it. And that was released on the 12-inch single. Other songs that was spawned from a 12-inch single off of this album is Cheap Thrills, Danger Zone, I Didn't Know You Till I Saw You Rock and Roll. So this particular LP gives you 4 great songs on there. Just really good old school electro, robotic. I mean, it is so good. Planet Patrol, finally got it on the limited edition purple vinyl. Next one, I'm going to bring it to 87, and this is New Wave. And there is a New Wave Synth-pop alternative section. I got to the end, to the X's. You get where I'm going with this? The next one is XTC, and this one's called Dear God. It actually is on the Geffen company jacket. When I was going through the XTC section, the different albums, and it was right behind Senses Working Overtime, which I had that already on 12-inch single. So I pulled out, and there it was, Dear God. I was just listening to it on radio, and I said to myself, I don't have that in my collection, and I must have it. Next time I go to the record store, if I see it, I'm going to pull it out. And there it is. So after the stack of records that I bought from this owner, he threw this one in for free for me. So really cool there. Discogs finds. This was a discovery for me. I don't have any records by this group right here. This one came out, I think it's 86. B-52s. If you like a really good dance tune that kind of sounds like Book of Love, like Romeo Void, here we go. Summer of Love, B-52s. This has a really good remix version on there. I was really impressed with this song. I never knew about it till I heard it on the radio, and I said, oh, what is that song? B-52s. Doesn't sound like the early stuff. This was a really good dance tune. So Summer of Love, B-52s, a must-have. Came out in 86. Next is a promo. This one was on my list for a long time. I'm very impressed, and this new wave group is one of my favorites. Echo and the Bunnymen. And this one's called Bring On the Dancing Horses. Also, it was released on Pretty in Pink soundtrack. Promo version right here. I just like it a whole lot. So glad to have it. Okay, remember we was talking earlier and on my other videos that there are some albums that are so high priced, the original pressings, that sometimes you have to go buy the reissue repress version. Well, this next artist and this next album, I certainly had to do that. Suing the Banshees, this is Juju. Originally came out in 81, and this one was 2018. It was brand new that I got it. And the main reason I got this album was of one song, is Into the Light. When I first heard that song, I'm like, it sounds like Suing the Banshees, but I never had it in my collection. This song was so far ahead of its time. It came out 81, but it sounds more mid-80s. It was really good. Spellbound is another really good track that's on this album. This is Juju. Really good. All the musical notes on there. It's got the little Juju head on there. Pretty good. So, 1980. What album came out in 1980 that's more mainstream? But this one to me was more new wave, alternative, kind of alternative rock. The Police. Zenyatta Mondatta. I think this is their best work ever. You got Don't Stand So Close to Me, Canary in the Coal Mine, and what's the other one? Canary in the Coal Mine, and Man in a Suitcase. That's the other one. Man in a Suitcase, Canary in the Coal Mine are two songs that I really like a whole lot. Really good new wave alternative. And on here, Driven to Tears, and when this world is running down, and Voices in My Head is another good one on there. I think really they got about 6 really good songs on this album. That's why I truly think, in my opinion, this is their best work. Like, they had albums late 70s, and this one came out in 1980, and then the next one was 82. I think Spirits, Material World came out, and then in 83, Synchronicity came out. I don't have any of their other albums. One day I will, but when I seen this, I just had to have it. The Police. Really good. eBay. I never go to eBay. It's been a long time, and I said to myself, let me just see what's on there. So I started going through the Synth-pop section, and I pulled out a record that today on Discogs, the prices are pretty high, and this is a German pressing of a really good synth-pop song from 1988. Is The Promise, When in Rome. It has the Coliseum mix on here, also the own mix. And this one has been really elevating in prices. I do have the other one, the 12-inch single, that has the company jacket. But this particular one is a German pressing off of 10 records. So this is a good collectible record that you must have in your collection. I think I'm going to do, let's see, I'm going to do 3 more, and this will be part 1. I like to do a part 2 because I got a lot of records to show, and I don't want to go too long on this video. Next one on my want list, it sounds like the late 80s, but I think this is the only record I got from the 90s. 1992, a German synth-pop artist, really good. And this is actually on a U.S. pressing of ZYX Records. C'est tu as vu, right here. This is Don't Leave Me. It's the name of the song. It really sounds like 88, 89 German synth pop. Sounds like Camouflage. This is C'est tu as vu. They're really, really good. I was very impressed by this. This song right here, there's a CD that came out called Voices in Your Head, and it has a lot, like Successions on there, Setu Havu's on there, Hubert Kai's on there. It's just really good. And that's where I first heard this song right here. When I heard the song, I just had to get the 12-inch single, so I finally got it. A lot of that stuff's expensive these days. Oh, I want to show you a couple more. If you don't know who Setu Havu is, the style of their music, I'm going to show you 2 other records from my collection. And this is the last 2 I'm going to show in this video of part 1. This is Situations, Setu Havu. Very unique cover. This might be my favorite song, I would say, by this group, Situations. Came out in '88. And the last record from Setu Havu, it's another collectible record. It's off of ZYX Records. Have in Mind. Have in Mind is a really good song. Just love the cover as well. So, yeah, good stuff right there. Synth-pop, new wave, and some electro. And I got some new wave. I got more electro. I got more dance music. I got some freestyle. I got some alternative. I got some old school. So please stay tuned for part 2 coming out next. Thank you again. Please subscribe to my channel. Leave some comments below. Let's talk about some good music. Thank you, everybody.